The Treksperts Quiz would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which this show is created. We pay our respects to elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people today.
Double T Media.
You're listening to BQN. Assimilate the audio.
Hi, it's me, Davey. Welcome back to the Treksperts Quiz, a Double Team Media production which is home here on the BQN podcast network. The Treksperts Quiz is the internet's only Star Trek game show. At least it's the only one I host, so therefore, to me, it's the only one out there. Before we begin, I'd like to give a big shout out to our BQN network patrons, especially to this show's associate producers, Jerry Antimano, Matt Harker, Jason Anderson, and Lars DeSenza from the Red Shirt Geeks. I've got so many names to remember now. Thank you so much for your support. It really means the world to me and to everyone on the BQN network. And if you would like to support this show or help keep the other amazing BQN programs come to you week on week, sign up to be a patron at patreon.com/BQN. For as little as $1 a month, you get all kinds of amazing perks like early access to episodes, and you can be on our new Discovery recap program, Let's Fly, which is broadcasting every week after each episode of the finale or the final season airs. Now, let's jump into today's episode. So really excited. We've got a huge cast of Trekspert contestants lined up from across the Star Trek airwaves today to take on a First Contact Day special. Now, First Contact Day was a few days ago, so we thought that we'd put together a quiz that was all things First Contact, and you'd be surprised just how much of it there is. There's a whole memory alpha page devoted to it. Now, we have got some people, if you are watching along live, I can see Giraffe has joined us, has honored us with her presence and brings glory to our house. Giraffe from the Strange New Pod. It is so exciting. She is just complimenting my wonderful jacket. Thank you very much. It is my favorite. So anyone else watching along in the chat, if you are live with us today and not on the replay, feel free to play along. If you feel like you know an answer, shout it out. And if you feel like we're getting something wrong, shout it out in there as well, because we love the debate. So I think we need to get straight down to it. I'm going to introduce someone who is one of this show's associate producers, who is first-time score keeping, and also wrote about 90% of the questions today. So here he is. It is Jerry Antimano. Jerry, welcome back to the Treksperts Quiz. How you going?
Hey, Davey. It's an honor to be back on, and it's definitely daunting to sit on this side and be the scorekeeper, having done the contestant side before. It's a lot of pressure.
And how did you find writing and researching questions?
Yeah, it was really awesome. It was I have so much appreciation for the work you had to put into it after having to go through all the different questions and stuff. And you said yourself, there's just so much, not just on Memory Alpha, but just in general, like over the World Wide Web. In terms of what constitutes First Contact, what's in the First Contact film. I think the challenge really was trying to find a really good mix of questions to put in, and also what to not include in the quiz.
Yeah, I found that in the sections I wrote, I was definitely some first contact adjacent questions. But it's fun. It's fun. It's a really, really fun quiz. So let's meet one of the first Treksperts who you're going to be putting to the test today. So going to energize the and bring in surprise. It is MC. So MC. Wow.
Hello.
Okay. Contestant chair for the first time in a long time. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, especially about the buzzer because I'm so used to just like looking at it. I actually have to press it now.
That's all right. I think you'll probably be judging the challenge that Jerry's put forward in his questions the whole time as someone who's written a lot of questions for this show before. So this is going to be a very interesting dynamic. Now, I was
going to say MC wrote the questions I was on when I was on the test last time. MC wrote our questions, where I scored an amazing 1 to win the game because we were on negative points. So
that's right. That was the episode we trialed losing points for.
Yeah.
Never again.
I'm so glad I'm not doing it today.
All right, I'm going to energize the transporter. I'm going to bring in a fellow Aussie from the Game of Life podcast. It's Dan. Dan, welcome to the show for the first time. How you going?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing well. Thank you.
It's exciting. So for those that don't know, I was on Dan's podcast a few weeks ago. He does this a really amazing show, which is... How I don't know, actually, I'll let you describe it, Dan. How would you describe Game of Life?
It's basically an excuse for myself and my co-host to invite creators onto the show and pick their brains for an hour or so. And we just get people in that, interest us, be it in the photography world, the comedy world, the acting world. And, my co-host Harmon has had to take some time off the podcast, so I thought it was a perfect excuse to have yourself in and a comedian in who I know is a fan of Star Trek and just talk about Star Trek for an hour.
I think we went for a little bit longer than an hour, but it was good fun.
Yeah, well, an hour and a half. It was pretty fun, yeah.
It was. All right, so we've got 2 more contestants to introduce. So from the BQN and the Infinite Diversity podcast, it's my friend Thad. Thad, welcome to the Treksperts Quiz for the first time.
All right, I'm really happy to be here. Always happy to do some Star Trek trivia.
Now, as someone who I know you've watched and listened to the program before, are you feeling different actually being in the hot seat this time?
Well, sure. I mean, I had to be careful not to yell out answers at the screen because that would probably be bad.
Probably. And that is actually it for now because we've lost one of our other contestants. Does not seem to be in the waiting room anymore, but look, that's fine. If he comes back, he comes back. So today we are going to be doing internet went out. Okay, thank you. This is the beauty of live podcasting, by the way. That's all right. We've still got 3 people here. So since it was First Contact Day, we're going to do all things First Contact. Now, this can span the entire franchise. So Jerry has written a massive quiz, which is everything from TOS right through to Discovery and Strange New Worlds, Lower Decks, Prodigy. It's all in there. So I'll go to Dan first. Dan, any weak areas of the franchise you're worried about?
The original series.
Original. What about you,
I've
Thad?
probably only seen one episode, all those episodes just once.
There you go. What about you, Thad?
I think I have a pretty good knowledge of all of them, but I would say original series and animated series are probably the ones I know the least, but I still know fairly well.
Fair enough. MC?
I'm feeling pretty good. So I know a lot of random stuff, so.
Excellent. All right, well, I think we need to get right down to it. So we are going to dive straight in with round one. All right, round one is going to be a general knowledge round. Now, get ready, put your hands on those buzzers, because we are going to dive straight into the Treksperts Quiz. Question one, I think, is a relatively easy one. The Federation's first contact protocols are derived from procedures originally developed by which Alpha Quadrant race?
Thad.
The Vulcans.
That is correct.
That's correct. Well done. First point for Thad. And apologies to people watching online. Yes, we did drop for a moment, but we are back now. Second question. After Kirk seemingly makes first contact with the inhabitants of Magus 2, it's actually revealed that their species has already visited Earth in which century?
Thad.
The 17th century.
Ooh, well done.
That is correct.
That's correct. That is a single point, a second point, I should say, for Thad. Good work. He's quick. Third question. What was the name of the Vulcan ship that made first contact?
Planet Hath. Oh, sorry.
MC. Sorry.
That's all good.
That is correct.
It's to Planet Hath.
It was to Half. Well done. That is a point for MC. Well done. All right. Jumping into your fourth question. The USS Discovery was ordered to make first contact with which species in order to stop the DMA?
MC.
It's the 10C.
That is correct.
That is correct. It is the 10C. Well done. All right, we've got two apiece for Thad and MC. Dan yet to get on the board, but there is still plenty of questions to come. Next question. According to the Voyager episode Tattoo, these aliens visited Earth about 45,000 years ago.
Thad.
It's the rubber tree people.
Negative.
Afraid not. No. I'll open the buzzer back up. Dan and MC, you're it's open wide.
These questions are hard.
Jerry didn't go easy. No. All right. Unable to comply.
Unable to
Oh wait,
comply.
no.
I think Sam's in.
Oh, Sam has joined. Sam is here. His internet is back.
Unless Sam's just testing his buzzer after coming in.
Is it Chakotay's weird god alien people?
I mean,
Negative.
They probably have a name.
Technically correct.
Insufficient
Yeah.
data.
it's insufficient data. And Ryan in the chat has kind of got it. So they were called the skies. They were the sky spirits. So you were close, I guess. Like on a technicality.
Oh,
you
the
could
rubber
be
tree
correct.
people were the people that they made contact with. That's what's yeah.
Yeah. All right, Sam. Now you've got some ground to make up, but. All right, the next question. According to Admiral Hendricks, Captain Janeway had made more first contacts since which other Starfleet captain?
Sam.
James T. Kirk.
That's correct.
That is correct.
Well done. It was Kirk. That is a point for Sam. All right, so your first 7 of 9 question. Name the 4 episodes across the franchise where the word first contact has been used in the title.
Thad.
All right. Well, we've got First Contact from TNG.
Yep,
We have First Contact from Lower Decks.
that's right.
and those are the two I immediately thought of. No, I was sure I would think of the other two off the top. We're not counting the movie as an episode, I assume.
Would you like to use that as an answer?
Sure. Yeah. The
yes,
movie First Contact.
Then yes.
Okay, and then just one more. Nope. It's not going to come to me.
All right, there is one more. I'm going to clear the buzzer and see if one of the others knows it.
MC, sorry.
Spock's first contact.
No.
Negative.
Afraid not. I'll give one more chance. So Sam or Dan, if you think you know what the last one might be.
Sam?
First contact again.
Because that could work.
Negative.
No, it was the Prodigy episode First Con-Tact.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it was going to be Prodigy.
Well done, though, Thad. That was good. That was good. I probably should have been clearer in my asking of the question that the film was included. Because Jerry was clear in his writing of the question. I just paraphrased, so we won't put it on him. Second last question for the first round. What must a civilization have already achieved for the Federation or Starfleet?
MC?
Warp capability.
That is correct.
That is correct. Warp drive or interstellar travel. And the final question, what species does Riker make freaky deaky first contact with in the episode?
Dad?
Malkorian.
That is correct.
And for the record, I wrote that question, not Jerry. Well done, Thad. That is the end of the first round. So let's quickly add up some points. So what have we got in terms of points for the first round there, Jerry?
Okay, so a pretty mixed round. Thad has sped off right at the beginning, being really quick on the buzzer and not having Sam around, I think certainly helped. But Thad is in the lead with 6, followed by MC, trailing just slightly behind with 3. Sam, despite coming in a little bit later and missing the first few questions, comes in third place with 1, and Dan still has to get off the board.
You're very quick on your buzzers, everyone.
Yeah. Well done. Well done. That was a solid first round. But Thad, I think Thad's the one to beat here at the moment because he's pretty quick. Now we've got a lot of people playing along in the chat now. Giraffe is there and she is very much rooting for you at the moment, MC. She was contesting whether you were getting the right number of points allocated at one point there as well. And I'm looking through the score sheet. I think we're doing it right. There might have just been a bit of a delay on the YouTube broadcast, but you know she's always in your corner, and that's why we love her.
She's my girl.
All right, let's get ready for round 2. So, round 2. Now, this is one of your rounds, and it's a Who Am I round, Jerry. How would you describe it?
So it'll be a brief description of first contact with a species by Starfleet on screen. So it has to be an on-screen first time that Starfleet is meeting these people, essentially. And you guys have got to get the species or the life forms, and that'll be 1 point, and the other point will be given for the episode or the media that it's being used in.
Yeah, so I'll read out the description and buzz in, and you can, if you know one or the other, that's fine. So if you know the species that's being referred to, you get a point for that. But if you also know the episode, if you know both, you get 2 points. If you only know one, that's fine. I'll clear the buzzer and someone else can have a go at the other one. These ones can get pretty tricky, and I'm loving some of the descriptions that you have written here, Jerry. So let's get your hands back on those buzzers, and we'll ask the first one. When we made official first contact with the Federation, it was with Captain Keo after we captured Captain Cisco. We ended up destroying...
Thad?
Okay, so the episode is the Jem'Hadar, and I assume you mean the Jem'Hadar, but you could also technically mean the Vorta.
What one's your answer?
Jem'Hadar.
That is
You
correct.
would be correct. That is 2 points. Well done. Second one. She made official first contact with Starfleet with the USS Cerritos after the USS Archimedes was disabled due to an unexpected solar flare from our sun.
MC?
The episode is First Contact.
Mhm.
Can't remember the species name.
That is correct.
So you get a point for that. I will open up the buzzer. Does anyone know the species name? Nope.
Unable to comply.
Unable to comply. It was the Leperians. I don't blame any of you for not remembering that, by the way.
I'll take your word for that one.
Yeah. Okay, the third one. We made first contact with Captain Jonathan Archer on a Vulcan monastery on Pajem. We initially believed...
Sam?
Andorians.
Yep.
And the episode is... It's not Shadow of Pajem because that's the follow-up episode, right?
I don't know. Is that your answer?
You know what? Yeah, Shadow of Pajem. I'm sure that's wrong, but...
You would be. You should be sure that it's wrong because it is wrong. But the Andorians was correct. But I will clear the buzzer and see if anyone knows the episode.
Thad?
The Andorian incident.
That is correct.
It was now Giraffe got it right. The Andorian incident. Ryan in the chat was with you, Sam, with Shadows of Pajem, but and then Giraffe said it again in capital letters just so that we understood. So thank you. All right, the next one. We made first contact with the USS Voyager in 2371 after graciously inviting their crew to experience.
Thad?
The episode is Prime Factors.
Correct. Very impressive because I was only halfway through that. So.
Yeah, I actually changed my answer after hitting buzz. And I cannot remember the name of the species, but we did find out later in Picard that they got assimilated by the Borg. But I don't remember the name.
All right, so you'll get a point for prime factors. Now, I'm going to clear the buzzer and keep reading the question, but buzz in if you think you know it. So, inviting their crew to experience the wonders of our civilization. If only Tuvok hadn't illegally taken our technology so they could get 40,000 light years closer to home. Nope.
Unable to comply.
It was the... Oh.
Sam? Oh,
Did
sorry,
you...
Sam just buzzed in.
The Lurians?
No.
Negative.
It was the Sicarians. All right. There are so many alien names to remember in Voyager, by the way. It's like, how many Ian kind of aliens can we come up with for the one series? Question 5. We were discovered by the USS Enterprise in 2267 on the planet Janu 4. We were the first silicon-based life form encountered...
Thad?
It is the Horta, and the episode is The Devil in the Dark.
That is correct.
I'm just going to go on record that The Devil in the Dark is one of the most referenced episodes on this show, by the way. I feel like I have asked so many variations of what was the silicon base.
So good.
Yeah, it's a really good episode.
Exactly. You know, my dream is to be in a TV show one day as someone walking underneath a blanket pretending to be a space monster. So. All right. The next one, I like this one. We were discovered when Ensign Garavik crash landed the shuttlecraft Galileo on
MC.
It's all the world's a stage, and oh my God, Giraffe's gonna kill me because the name of the species is just like gone out of my head. She dresses as them.
Sorry, I did have a bit of an internet dropout there. We are having some technical difficulties this morning. Sorry, MC, what was that answer?
It's all the world's a stage,
Yep.
and Giraffe is gonna kill me because the species name has immediately gone out of my head.
And Giraffe is shouting the episode name saying, "Come on, girl." But you'll get a point for all the world's a stage. I'll clear the buzzer.
Thad. Thad's buzzed in.
So, okay, the answer is Endopresians, but technically speaking, they must have had a different name when they made first contact because they
That
wouldn't
is
have
correct.
adopted that name yet.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad at myself.
It is the Endopresians, yes, and that is exactly what Giraffe was shouting out in the chat. But well done, well done. That's a point each for both of you. Now, the next one. Now, this is a complex question, Jerry. So let's just work through this one together. This is question 7 of 9. Now, it says 2 plus 5. So does that mean there's 7 points up for grabs here, Jerry?
Yeah, I think if they can, if the guys can get the life form and the episode, and then the other 5
Right. Yep.
answers, they can walk away with a grand total of 7.
All right. Let me read the whole question before you buzz in, because there's a lot. We made first contact with Starfleet around 2364 when we tried to covertly take over the higher levels of Starfleet Command. We would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that Riker and Picard of the Enterprise D. Now, 1 point each for the name of the species in the episode title. Further points go to naming the on-screen characters that the parasites took over.
And that's Sam buzzed in first.
I know the species name, and I hope this isn't from Beta Canon, but bluegills. And the episode was Enemy Within. I know it's like the last episode of TNG season 1.
Unfortunately, you're wrong on both accounts. It's not the right episode name, and that might be Beta Canon as well. That title that you're using, it's not. I don't think they were given a more different term in the episode. So I'm going to clear the buzzer. Thad.
Thad.
The episode is called Conspiracy. I do not recall what the aliens were referred to in that episode, although they were referenced in Lower Decks as butt bugs.
Everyone just come out with the nicknames.
Can you name the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters who we saw on screen infested with a butt bug?
I can name Admiral Quinn.
Admiral Quinn was 1.
I cannot name the others.
All right, we'll give you 2 points for Conspiracy and Admiral Quinn, and I'll open the buzzer up. Dan, MC. No.
Unable to comply.
I'm gonna time you out there. Unable to comply. So, look, they were pretty much just parasitic beings. They didn't. I think bluegills is a name that they were given in Beta Canon. Now, the people who were infested with these butt bugs was Admiral Quinn, Admiral Savar, Admiral Aaron, Trilus Scott, and Lieutenant Commander Remick were who we saw. Riker pretended to be But the rest were the ones who we actually saw get infested with the butt bug. So, good question. That's a tough question. I really
That's
like
a
that.
tough one, yeah.
Yeah. All right, 2 more left for this round. We made first contact with Starfleet in 2375 when we discovered them snooping around behind a duck blind on our planet. They...
Thad?
That would be the Baku.
That's correct.
And it's Star Trek Insurrection.
That is correct.
That is indeed correct. You are absolutely killing it, Thad. Last one. Starfleet made first contact with us in 2256 when their away team ventured down to our planet to modify one of our transmitters to turn the tide of the Klingon War.
Thad?
I do not recall the name of the... Oh, no, I do. The Province. And the episode is Civis Pacem Parabellum.
Wow.
That is correct.
Everyone else just go home, all right?
Yeah. No.
That was...
He is way too fast on the buzzer.
that is so good. And that is... Jerry, at the end of that round, where are we score-wise?
Really amazing around there, guys. I apologize if question 7 and 9 was a little bit complex, but at the end of that round, Thad scored 13, MC scored 2, Sam came in with 1, and Dan unfortunately was not quick enough to the buzzers, and I was willing Dan just to buzz in.
Don't remind me.
Yes.
He's like, just happy to be here.
But yeah, overall, Thad is way in the lead right now. He's over in the other sectors of space right now with 19. MC, you're next behind Thad with 5. Sam, you have 2, and Dan still to get off the starting blocks, unfortunately.
Well done. There is enough points left in the game for any of you to come up and take that lead. It's yours to take. You just got to learn how to be faster than Thad on that buzzer. All right, let's dive in for round 3. Okay, so round 3 is the return of a favorite of mine. This is the one I wrote. And it's very, very similar in terms of what the answers are like in terms of the previous round. So this is the name that episode and species done Friends style, where I rename a particular episode in what it could be if it were a Friends episode title. And you have to tell me the name of the episode and the species that first contact was made in that episode. So you can get 2 points if you know both, or 1 point if you know one or the other. Get ready for these to be a bit wacky, because I did this last night after getting home from an 8-course degustation with matching wines. Right, let's go. And I have not proofread it since waking up this morning. All right, hands on buzzers. The one where we first found out it had been a long road.
Sam.
Is it Broken Bow and the Klingons?
Yes, it is.
That is
Well done.
correct.
Oh, well done. The second one. The one where those old scientists met a bunch of mobsters.
MC.
That is a piece of the action, and it's the Iosians.
Correct.
That is correct.
Correct. Well done. The one where the captain gets put in a zoo.
Thad.
I have now completely forgotten. It's animated series. I'm just gonna guess with Eye of the Beholder.
I'm afraid
Negative.
not. Open the buzzer back up. The one where the captain gets put in a zoo.
Sam.
I don't know the episode name, but is it the Giant Vulcans?
No,
Negative.
it was not. I'll give one more shot to someone. Ryan in the chat has got it. Well done, Ryan. I will have to call it there.
Unable to comply.
The Cage and the Telosians.
Okay, there is an animated series
there is,
episode where they get put in the zoo as well, though.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
there is yeah, that's what threw me. It's
Fair enough. Fair
But,
enough.
Yeah, no, that was the obvious one we all should have thought of. So yeah.
yeah.
All right. The next one, the species that I'm talking about here could maybe be a little bit up for debate, but I'm sure you'll get it. Actually, I've written this really weirdly. The one where Beverly gets just the bolt of gold-printed fabric she was thinking about.
Sam?
It is Encounter at Farpoint, Part 1. It's not it could be the space jellyfish.
It is Encounter at Fart Point, so you get a point for that. I'll clear the buzzer.
MC?
It's the Q.
That
It
is
is the
correct.
Q. Well done. But, you know, I mean, the space jellyfish kinda, like, that was a first contact situation too, so...
I think that happens in part 2, though.
It does. and he
It does.
It's technically not a 2-part episode. It aired
That
as
is
one
true.
originally.
It is. Jerry, what do you think? Does Sam get a half point for that? How generous are you feeling?
Jerry, I'd like to remind you of the half point I gave you in our episode together.
I was going to say Sam was my scorekeeper on my first time round. Yeah, no, technically Sam is correct. So
The
yeah,
best
go on
kind
then.
of correct.
We'll give Sam a half point for that.
Well done. Well done. All right, the next one. The one with ugly bags of mostly water.
Dad?
The episode is Home Soil, and I could not possibly give you the name of the aliens.
That's all right, because I haven't written it in the answer. That just shows you how drunk I was when I wrote this. So that's... So you get a point for that. And I am going to Google it whilst I open the buzzer and see if anyone knows the answer, if they even had a name at all.
I don't think they did.
No, I don't think they did either. Does anyone feel like they know it? Nope. All right.
No. I don't even
Unable to
remember
comply.
what series this comes from. So
Season 1 of TNG. It's the terraforming.
That's why I don't remember
planet.
it.
Yeah. So I'm quickly going through the memory alpha page for it at the moment, trying to see if I can actually see a name for the aliens. And all it kind of just mentions is that they said to come back in 3 centuries. So maybe there's a little something there for just Discovery to pick up on. If anyone in the chat knows what the aliens were called in Home Soil, please correct my drunken mistake. All right. Next question.
It just says the crystal life forms on Memory Alpha. So I don't know if that's it.
See what just a wonderful professional show I run, by the way. It's just... We got internet dropping out. We got all kinds of stuff going on. I accidentally played the theme song to our St. Patrick's Day special at the start. There's all kinds of crazy things. All right, the next one. The one with that guy from the Gamma Quadrant constantly running away.
MC.
It's Captive Pursuit, and it's Tosk.
That is correct.
That is correct. Well done. 2 points for you, MC. Now, your question 7 of 9 is... this is an interesting one, so there's potentially 4 points up for grabs here. So, I want to know how many times had humans made unofficial contact with the Ferengi? Bonus points for naming each episode in which that has occurred.
Sam.
I believe it's twice. I know there was one in Enterprise, which I cannot remember, but there's one in Deep Space Nine where they go back to Roswell, and it is.
Give us a...
I'm out of it. I don't know.
Timing you out
Unable
there.
to comply.
Unable to comply. So, go MC.
It's Little Green Men on Deep Space Nine,
Correct.
and the Enterprise episode was probably something that says profit in it.
You're close.
Yeah, I can't I can't remember it. I don't know. Profit motives. I know that's not it, but I would say
No.
something.
Insufficient data.
And Giraffe, I love when Giraffe knows the answer because it's always in capitals. So Giraffe is like Little Green Men, which is good. Giraffe and Ryan are also getting the Enterprise episode, which you failed to get there. So I'm going to open the buzzer. There's two. So the Enterprise is one more.
Thad.
Yeah, there are, as far as I know, 3 times. And the Enterprise episode is Acquisition.
Correct.
And the other one,
That is
Picard and the
correct.
Stargazer encountered the Ferengi, and that's referenced in the episode The Battle.
That's correct as well. That's what we're looking for.
That
So
is
that's
correct.
2 points there for Thad. Well done. Well done. All right. So, wow. Okay. This is shaping up pretty good. We've got 2 more in the Friends round. The one where Janeway makes a shit decision on behalf of everyone else.
Thad.
So this could be like, I don't know, but I'm
Could be any
assuming,
episode of Voyager.
I assume you mean Caretaker and the Caretaker.
I do mean Caretaker. Caretaker was not actually the answer I was looking for, although that could be technically correct. I think it was
MC.
MC.
It could be the Okampa.
Now,
And-
the Okampa was the answer I was looking for. Now, there were others, now that whine.
I can't remember the name of Neelix's species.
Yeah, okay, there's... How
And
is
isn't the
Okampa
Kazons in it too?
Yeah, the Caretaker, the Kazon, the Talaxians, the Okampa, they're all first contacts in that
Yeah.
episode.
All right, I've just pissed everyone off. Okay. All right.
Points for naming all of them.
All right. Jerry, how do you want to handle that?
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone on the call is right. So we've definitely got Thad and MC coming in with Caretaker, the episode, and the Okampa. And then I don't know who said Neelix and the Talaxians. But I know technically Voyager wasn't first contact or the first Federation first contact with the Caretaker. I think it was.
Oh, it was the Equinox.
Yeah.
I think it was Equinox.
Yep,
that
okay.
came first.
Equinox and Chakotay also beat Voyager, so yeah, that's technically true.
But that's not a Starfleet, so
Mm.
Right,
Mm.
the Valjean was a Maquis.
that's true.
All right, you got a tough decision here to make, Jerry. How are you going to divvy up those points?
I think we'll give 1 point to Thad for getting the episode, and 1 to MC for getting Okampa.
All right.
That
See,
is
Davey, this
correct.
is what you get for trying to be clever.
I've never.
But also, there's
I've,
a couple more episodes that would have fit that bill.
I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've never pretended to be clever, so that's fine. All right. And apologize to the Janeway fans there for the way I articulated that question.
We joke because we love.
We do joke because we love. Exactly. Final one. The one with those really sick organ harvesting guys.
Thad.
That would be the Vidians in Phage.
That is correct.
Well done. Well done. 2 points there to Thad. And that brings us to the end of the 3rd round. So, Jerry, before we go into Warp, who is in the lead?
I wonder.
Okay. I'm sure it won't take much to guess that we have Thad in the lead at the moment. Although that was a pretty even round. both Thad and MC tied that round with 7 apiece. And Sam, you came pretty close with 3.5. And Dan, again, we might want to check if your buzzer is working. Because
Well, this is my plan all along.
Buzzing at all during that round. Dan's still got to get off the starting blocks again. So overall, going into warp, Thad is a few quadrants away in the Milky Way with 26. MC, you're a little bit further behind on 12. Sam, you're on 5.5, and Dan, you've still got to get a number on the board. But it can all change in warp, right?
Sure. Before we go to warp, I just want to point out a point raised in the chat about the Equinox making first contact with the caretaker. Now, Ryan has stated that Equinox was never stated on the show they never stated how the Equinox was brought to the Delta Quadrant.
That's
No, they said that it was the
true.
caretaker.
They did say it was the
Ransom and
caretaker?
Janeway talking about the caretaker. Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Sorry, Ryan, you just got shot down, mate. All good. All right, let's go into warp. Okay, the warp speed round is the round where I have a lot to do. There is 20 rapid fire questions coming at you. It is a full photon torpedo spread. I will only give you a few seconds to answer. If I don't get a response, I will move on to the next question very, very quickly. All right, this is it. Question 1. What happened to the first Vulcan ship to make first contact with the Klingons?
Thad.
They were destroyed.
That is correct.
That is correct. They were destroyed. Second question. What happened to Commander Trip Tucker when Enterprise made first contact with the Zerillians?
MC.
He got pregnant.
That is correct.
He did indeed get pregnant. Well done. Well done. All right. Question 3. How did Riker stop Zefram Cochrane from running away in Star Trek First Contact?
Sam.
He phasered him.
That is correct.
Stunned him with a phaser. Well done. Well done. All right. Next question. Which recurring Discovery character was born on First Contact Day?
Sam.
Is it Saru?
Negative.
Afraid not. Buzz is back open.
MC.
Oh, sorry, MC, I didn't catch that.
Detmer?
No, it was not Detmer. It was Kovich. All right, next question. Who sacrificed himself when the USS Enterprise first encountered the Shakari entity in Star Trek V?
Thad.
Cybok.
That is correct.
That is correct. Well done. Question 6. What species did the life forms Yellow and Blue come from in the Strange New Worlds episode Charades?
Unable to comply.
Gonna cut you off there. It was the Kokovians. The Kokovians. All right, question 7. What kind of music did Zefram Cochrane enjoy listening to?
Sam.
Rock and roll.
That is correct.
That is correct. Well done. Question 8. What happened to Tom Paris after Voyager made first contact with the Monians? Monians?
Sam.
Did he steal the Delta Flyer and go on a submarine voyage
No.
Negative.
to save their planet?
Yeah, he did actually, David. But Sam, I think needs to give a bit more
Yeah, not what we're looking for.
detail.
Hey, Thad, you've dropped in there.
He
I already cut you off, mate.
Well, now that I know that apparently Sam was technically right, I don't know.
All right, we're gonna back out there and Dan.
Like that, Dan sponsors in, David.
Yes.
Let's give Dan a chance to answer.
Yeah,
He got demoted.
That is correct.
he did
Yes.
get demoted. That deserves a round of applause.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes.
Yes. You did it.
Dear, we are experiencing a little bit of lag at the moment, so I do apologize for that. All right, next question. Which alien species was the last on-screen first contact by the NX-01 crew?
Sam.
is it the Anar?
Negative.
Not what I'm looking for. Buzz is back open.
Unable to comply.
It was the Xindi, technically. Question 10. The tardigrades was first discovered by which star?
No.
Oh, Jerry,
No,
you've got...
I'm sorry, that's wrong.
Jerry.
No. Yeah.
Sam is definitely
It's-
more
it's the-
right.
Yeah, the ANR appear like
The inner were
No,
in
the
season
last
4.
episode-
The Xindi were in season 3.
Yeah, yes. So, Jerry,
Yes, I may be wrong there.
you
that might be correct.
This episode is a dog's breakfast. All right. All right, we're gonna keep going. All right, we can do this. We can get through warp. All right, so the next question. The tardigrade was first discovered by which Starfleet ship?
Sam.
It was the Discovery's sister ship, the Endeavor.
I'm
Negative.
afraid not. Buzz is back open.
MC.
it's the Glen.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Now, Giraffe actually thinks the Xindi's correct, and that the Anars are just Andorians, and that means that the answer that there's a lot.
the Anar would be
Separate-
Yeah.
You say that to Hemmer.
Stop throwing things at me. It hurts. This is all right. The next question.
I was just going by what Memory Alpha said, by the way. So, Memory Alpha.
oh. Which Enterprise D crew member is sentenced to death when they make first contact with the Edo?
MC.
Wesley Crusher.
That is correct.
That is correct. Well done.
He wasn't technically a crew member yet at that point.
Okay, all right. let's simmer down, everyone. All right, we're all just a little worked up after that whole Xindi Anar thing. We're just gonna. All right, impulse for a moment. Impulse. All right, back into WAP. Which lower decks crew member served on the USS Quito that made first contact?
MC.
Mariner.
That is correct.
That is correct. Question 13. What is the name of the pre-warp civilization that the Enterprise D accidentally makes first contact with in the episode Who Watches the Watchers?
Thad.
The Mintuckins.
That is correct.
That is correct. Question 14. Whose temple was destroyed by the Enterprise when Captain Kirk made first contact with the Greek gods of Pollux 4?
Sam.
Apollo.
That is correct.
That is correct. Well done. Question 15. What offended the Cretaceans when they made first contact with the crew of the NX-01?
Dan.
Porthos pissed on a tree, right?
Oh,
Negative.
not what we're looking for, but it was nice to hear from you. Buzz is back open.
No, that's right.
Is it?
It's not.
Ah.
Like Sam?
Oh,
Sorry, Sam.
no, what it is.
Sam buzzed in. I'm sorry.
Is it whatchamacallit? Didn't Archer do something wrong? Didn't he cut a tree down or something? That's how the episode ends. That's a tree down.
Yeah, that's how it ends. Yeah.
That's
I know
not
what
I'm
it
looking
is.
for.
Negative.
Now there are people agreeing with Dan in the chat.
Yeah, no, Dan's right.
I'm pretty sure he's right.
He's not. I'm sorry.
It's
not.
not. Who buzzed in there? Dan, you can only
Me.
buzz in once.
Right.
Sorry, Dan.
Oh, damn it. I know what it is now.
What do you think it is, Dan?
They were eating in front of them.
That was the answer we were
That is
looking
correct.
for. Jerry, I'm inclined to give Dan the point because why the
I
hell
might just
not?
give Dan the
There
point.
was
Yeah,
also
okay.
there was also a big deal about Porthos pissing on the tree, though.
No,
That was
that-
also a
yeah.
problem.
Yeah,
I-
but that was
I do
later
know.
on. That was later on when they went to their planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
But it
There
did happen.
has never
That was the
been
second time.
so
Yeah.
much disagreement about the answers in an episode of this show, by the way. This is like, and this is the longest warp speed round in the history of forever. Oh, dear. All right, we've got a few more questions to get through here. We've got just a few more questions to get through. Question 16. The Enterprise D crew made first official contact with the Ferengi at an outpost belonging to which ancient civilization?
Thad.
The Chakan.
That is correct.
It was the Takan Empire. Well done. Question 17. What fictional... Oh, just my internet's going crazy. What fictional captain did Lily Sloan compare Picard to in Star Trek First Contact?
MC.
Ahab.
That is correct.
That is correct. So we're almost at the end. Question 18. What was the name of the game that the Whitey trapped 4 Deep Space Nine crew members in when they made first contact with it?
Sam.
Alan Moraine.
That is not correct. Thad?
Thad.
Chula.
That is correct.
That is correct. It was called Chula. Who was responsible for Starfleet's first contact with the Borg?
Thad.
Q.
That is correct.
That is correct. Now, for your final question, it's not really a question. We haven't done this for a while. We're all going to do a little impersonation of a scene from First Contact. I'm going to run that scene for you now. And then we're going to go through one by one, and everyone's going to have a little go at it. Everyone looks really nervous.
It's because we know what scene it is.
He wouldn't even talk to me unless I had a drink with him. And then it took 3 shots of something called tequila just to find out he was the one we're looking for. And I've spent the last 20 minutes trying to keep his hands off me. So don't go criticizing my counseling technique.
Sorry. Oh no.
Go, Thad.
Look, he wouldn't even talk to me unless I had a drink with him. And then he took 3 shots of something called tequila just to find out that he was the one we're looking for. And I've spent the last 20 minutes trying to keep his hands off me. So don't go criticizing my counseling techniques. It's a primitive culture. I'm just trying to blend in.
Oh, you're blended all right.
You're blended, all right?
Well done, Thad. I like it. I like it. Who thinks that they can top that? Like, you're all giving it a go, whether you like it or not. So
Yeah, I'll go.
go and see.
Look, he wouldn't even talk to me unless I had a drink with him. Then it took 3 shots of something called tequila before he'd even tell me that he was the one we're looking for. I've spent the last 20 minutes trying to keep his hands off of me. So don't go criticizing my counseling techniques. It's not good. It's not good.
It's all right. It's all right. Sam and Dan.
I'm not going to recite the entire thing, but it's a primitive culture. I'm just trying to blend in. There you go.
That's it. That's it. I mean,
Yeah.
points for the
Short but sweet.
Yeah, short but sweet. And Sam, are you ready?
I'm gonna give him my best shot here, Davey. It took 3 shots of something called tequila to get him to even talk to me. I don't even remember the quote. Don't go talking to me about time. This is no time to talk about time.
That's a different part.
That was a different part, but points for
That's
knowing.
the part I remember most.
Yeah. All right. We'll leave that there. And Jerry, who gets the points for that?
How are we scoring it? Sorry, Davey. Are we just giving it to the best overall?
Just a point for who you think did best overall. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's not really matter too much in the grand scheme of things, but I think for going first and really putting, I think, the most effort into it and saying the entire line, I'm going to give it to Thad.
Well done, Thad. That was good. That was good. Now, we somehow made it through Warp. Now, I just want to say, so everyone watching online at the moment, whilst we were having a break, whilst I was getting my technical issues sorted, these guys were still arguing about the answer to a question. Like, and I'm like, all right, guys, we've got to go back online now. And they're like, no!
It's true.
So we had a disagreement about whether Q was actually responsible for first contact with the Borg, because as Sam said, Picard shot the sphere down, which was then discovered later on in the Enterprise episode. And anyway, I don't think it would have changed much. Jerry, who is the winner for today?
Well, it was a very thrilling competition today for our first contact day celebration quiz. But there was I think pretty much a clear and obvious winner from the group today. But in ascending order, we have Dan on 2, still back on Earth. Sam with 9.5, finishing up the quiz, just getting out the solar system. MC on 17, coming into the Beta Quadrant, and out there in the wide expanse doing all the first contacts is Thad, ending up with a whopping 33 points.
Well done, Thad.
That's
well
impressive.
And this will be my one and only time on Treksperts Quiz.
Well, Thad, as always, our winner has to give a victory speech. So what is your victory speech, my friend?
Well, I don't know. I'd like to thank a lifelong love of Star Trek and I don't know, a deep autistic special interest in ridiculous minutiae facts from Star Trek, and happy first contact day, y'all.
Woo! Well done, well done. And I think for the sake of this, let's give our concession speech to the most quietest Trekspert of today, which was Dan. What's your concession speech to your competitors?
I was just happy to be here. Clearly, my knowledge of Star Trek does not cut deep as my competitors today. And I need to work on my buzzer skills.
They were pretty good. They were. This is Thad's first time, and I had a feeling you'd be good, Thad, but I didn't realize you'd be that good. So well done. Well done.
I didn't either, honestly.
That's it for today. That was a really fun game. Technical issues and riotous arguments amongst the contestants aside, we got through it. Before we head off for today, let's do our quick round of self-promotion. Jerry, what have you got going on right now?
First of all, David, it was a real honor to be able to co-pilot the quiz with you today. It's like being on your favorite game show that you watch on TV and actually being there in person. And it was a thrill to write the questions for everyone today, despite not all of them maybe agreeing with everybody either in the audience or the contestants. But you can reach me on Jesby16 on Instagram. I no longer have a podcast, so I'm going to shamelessly plug my friend Todd A. Davis's podcast, which I have frequented before, the Computer Review podcast, which is an amazing trip through the Star Trek universe in chronological order. Go check him out on all your podcast channels. I think he's up to Strange New Worlds at the moment. So if you are working your way through the franchise, or if you've been a lifelong veteran watcher of Star Trek, it's a great show.
Awesome. Yeah, big fan of Todd's work. MC, what's happening in your world?
Well, I'm on Strange New Pod every Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern. We're currently reviewing Discovery, and you can find me on all social media at MC Frodis because branding is important. And right now, oh, sorry.
No, you
that was very quick. Right now, I'm about to be starting to put more videos up on my YouTube.
Amazing, thank you. And Sam, what's news?
You can find me on Bargain Bin Gamer.
And
here, occasionally when he decides to defrost me.
Bargain Bin Gamer, of course, being my other show, which Sam likes to, we do Twitch streaming together from time to time. So Bargain Bin Gamer over on Twitch, spelled Gaymer. And finally, my good friend Dan, tell us where people can find you.
Yes, I have a podcast called The Game of Life with Dan and Harmon. You can find us wherever you find good podcasts, where we look through life, from a creative lens. We have actors, we have comedians, we have photographers on as guests. We've even had some Star Trek actors on, recorded on the Easter long weekend. So look out for that.
Beautiful. Thank you. Now, for everyone else out there, if you...
Don't they get to find me places?
Oh, oh my God. Oh, jeez. I give up. Seriously, what is going on today? Thad.
You're almost done, Davey.
What's up, mate? What's going on?
All right, you can hear me on here on BQN on Infinite Diversity, where we talk about every new episode of Star Trek. We'll be releasing our episodes for the two episodes of Discovery we just got this week on Tuesday, possibly Tuesday and Wednesday, but definitely this coming week, and then we'll continue to release weekly, so check us out. You can also hear me on the podcast I do with my friend Carl called License to Spiel. That's license spelled with a C like the British do it, where we talk about the movies that we want to talk about.
Brilliant. And I'm going to be popping over onto Infinite Diversity soon, which is going to be a lot of fun. Now, if you would like to come on and spend an hour watching me struggle with my internet connection, well, you can register to be a contestant on the Treksperts Quiz by heading over to the website trekspertsquiz.com, fill out the form to register to be on the show. Don't forget that we are part of a much broader network of podcasts called the BQN. There is a fabulous array of shows out there. You can search for BQN in your master feeds and find all of our other shows. And also head over to patreon.com/BQN if you'd like to support the show financially. You can find the show on all of the socials, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, Facebook, but really at home now on our new Discord server, the BQN Discord server, which there is a link for in the description for this episode. It's almost lunchtime, and I think now I need another drink after the chaos that this episode has been. So until next time, everyone, remember that no matter what you do and no matter where you go, please make sure you go boldly. Peace out, live long and prosper.
What else can you listen to on the BQN? Replicate yourself a mug of hot chocolate and join Amy, Mark, Christos, and Kelvin as they discuss everything and anything in the Star Trek universe on All Good Things. Boost yourself with an energy drink and join Davey on YouTube and Twitch for reviews and live streams of classic, cheap, and sometimes more recent video games on Bargain Bin Gamer. Brew yourself a pot of coffee and join Jeremiah to discuss Star Trek Voyager on The Captain's Couch. Mix your favorite cocktail and join Mark and Matt at Cinema Z to discuss the films you probably missed but should definitely check out. Pour a cup of tea, Earl Grey, hot, and listen to Stephen and Keith as they discuss the next generation of Trek on Galaxy Class. Get yourself something caffeinated and learn an interesting bit of history with Chrissy and Jason on History with the Zalogis. Have a bowl of Flomeek soup and join Thad and Chrissy and a guest to discuss new episodes of Star Trek as they are released on Infinite Diversity. Have something to sharpen your mind and put your Trek knowledge to the test with the Treksperts Quiz. Take a bite out of something that didn't seem edible and join Kyle, Kevin, Amy, and Haley covering all things in New Trek, including that show that is Trek in all but name, The Orville, on Union Federation. Get your Sunday brunch ready for The View Screen, a live weekly talk show hosted by Kelvin and Amy with featured guests talking about all things Trek. Pour a glass of wine and spill some tea with Christos while he discusses current Trek news and events and explores the world of fandom via guest interviews, all with an LGBTQIA+ perspective on What's the Tea, Bev? And Patreon members get to pass around that green bottle of Aldebaran whiskey once a month on the round table, and they can listen to It's Green with Mark White and Amy's Math Moments.
Double T Media.